So today I'm going to show you guys how I make my beef broth. So first you're going to need a way to make your bone broth. I'm going to use my Ninja Foodie. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and add your beef bones into the pot. Alright, so once you get your bones into the pot, you're going to go ahead and add water until they're fully covered. And then you're going to add salt. I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. And then we're going to go ahead and slow cook this for 8 hours. And then once this is done, I will show you guys what to do with it next. Now we're going to go ahead and strain the bones out. And what you're going to need is a large bowl with a way to strain it. I use these cotton cloths, and then I use rubber bands around the top so that it doesn't fall in. So we'll dump the liquid into the bowl, and then once we do that, we'll dump it into a measuring cup and dump it into the mason jars. So you can either actually fully can the bone broth, or you can actually keep it, and it'll keep about for 7 to 10 days. I'm actually going to can it, and I'm going to use a pressure cooker, and I already have the water started boiling already. So I have that going, and I'll go over how that kind of works with canning. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and get the broth strained out. To use the 1 liter mason jars, and I did have them already soaking in warm water. Okay, so we're gonna fill these up with the broth, and we're gonna leave about 1 inch of head space, which is basically the space between the lid and the liquid, and it needs to be about 1 inch. Full, we'll go ahead and dry off the rims and put the lids on, and then these ones we'll just fill with water. That way these aren't jiggling around inside here and tip over when it's cooking. now that we have our jars in the pot, we're going to go ahead and put the lid on. Okay, and so now we're going to wait for a steady stream to come out of this middle portion right here. Okay, so now there's a steady stream of steam coming out. So we're going to go ahead and put the 15-pound weight onto the port because we're above 1,000 feet sea level. And then we're going to go ahead and cook these for about 25 minutes. So once you get that put on there, you want to wait for it to start wiggling. Once it starts wiggling, you'll lower the heat to where it'll be a consistent wiggle of the weight. So we'll go ahead and let this do its thing. Once it starts wiggling with the weight, I'll go ahead and reduce the temp and we'll cook it for about 25 minutes. This is the rocking I was talking about. This means it's pressurized enough in there to be able to cook the bacteria out of the bone broth. So what you're going to do is reduce your heat until that becomes steady and not too fast or too slow. And then once you have that, that's when you start timing. So in 25 minutes, this will be done. And I'll show you guys what to do after that. Alright, so this is done now. So I turned the heat off and we're going to remove it from the heat and we're going to allow it to cool for probably about 10 minutes. Okay, so now this is cooled down for about 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and remove the weight. Okay, so once the pressure is released enough, you can go ahead and twist this off. Being very careful. And then when you lift the lid, make sure you lift it away from your face because there is steam in there. And then you're going to go ahead and remove the jars. Okay, and then there you have homemade bone broth. Once this cools, I'll go ahead and write the date and what it is on it and store it in my pantry. And it lasts up to 18 months, but we use it a lot to make my homemade soup. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon.